Hey, morning. I think we all have to admit today is a great knitting day. Show you why. Tons of snow here in Cordova. I should be writing a 20-page paper, but I think we'd all rather be knitting. Since we can't be in the shop today, I wanted to show you some new stuff we got I'm so excited about. First, check out my cool hat. I did that with the punty yarn. Took 3 hours. Has a little needlepoint fabric in the brim. Very cool. Free pattern online, naughty.com, I think was the name of it. I found it on Ravelry. I want to show you how to thrum today. That's something kind of cool. So we got these new, they're called Art Felt rovings. They're showing you all the colors. They're rovings that are already broken up into little strips. And I thought it would be cool to show you how to thrum with it. So I'm going to design a hat. Hopefully whip it up today. I'll be in the shop on Tuesday and Wednesday with a surprise. We got 10 mannequin heads, so we're going to try to crank out some hats for you. So if you haven't done a hat before, I'll just get you started, and then once I get up to the thrumming, I'll come back and get you going again. So cast on 100 stitches. This is Cascade 220, so worsted weight yarn on size 8 needles. And if you've never joined to knit in the round before, make certain that all of your stitches are lined up and not twisted. So if they're twisted, it would look like this. Let's not let that happen. Make sure they're all lined up all the way around so that when you connect, all right, new to this video camera, we'll try it out. So first you better make sure you're knitting with the skein and not the tail. So here's where my tail is, and here's the stitch I want to knit with. So I'm just going to join it right into the round, and I'm going to pull that first stitch really tight. Okay. So I'm going to do a knit 2, purl 2 ribbing. So I just started with knit 2. Now I'm going to purl 2, and I'm going to do that for a couple of inches. So I'll be back in a bit and show you what thrumming looks like. I think you'll like it with the roving. It's a pretty cool way to get some new colors in there and try something a little different. See you in a bit. Hey, I don't know if this is irony, coincidence, or just frustrating. It is my first iMovie video, so I haven't figured it all out, but I've lost my thrumming piece twice. So here we go. I'm going to thrum again, give you directions on how to thrum. So I've got the pencil roving, and I need to cut it into strips because we are going to, this will be the back side of the thrumming, and this will be the front side of the thrumming. So the inside's going to have a nice fleecy feel to it. This is just a swatch because I already had finished the hat and videotaped the thrumming, which didn't show up. So I knit about 1.5 inches, which was about 15 rows of the 2x2 ribbing. Then I did 4 rows of black, and then every 4th stitch I'm going to thrum. So as you can see, I did knit 3, thrum 1, knit 3, thrum 1. Then I did something special on the following row, which I'm going to show you right after this. I do have that video clip, so that'll pop in here. And then I did 2 more plain rows. Ready to knit again. This time, instead of knitting the 3rd stitch, I'm going to knit 1 stitch, and then I'm going to be ready to thrum. I'm going to put this down for a second because I have to prepare my roving. So you need this in about 3-inch strips. And one note, you do not need to be precise about 3 inches. Just something close will do, because as you could see, it's just going to hang in the back. You just need enough that it doesn't pull through. The other thing I should note is the roving's variegated. Okay, so if you want to be able to see the variegation as it gets darker or lighter, you need to keep your roving in order and then use it in the order that you cut it. So I am ready to thrum. I knit my first stitch. Now for my thrumming stitch, I take the roving and I fold it over the needle. And I just hold it with my left hand in the back and knit around it. So just pull it through with your stitch, and you'll see the black yarn with the thrumming. The black yarn will disappear on the next row. I'm going to knit 3 stitches, and I'll show you again. Insert the needle, ready to knit. Hang the thrumming. Okay, so thrumming's just held over the needle. wrap the yarn around it, and pull it through. One more time, knit 3. Try to knit without all my fingers in the way. Hang the thrumming over. Then I'm going to knit to the end of the row. Now sometimes the stitches will pull and be a little bit loose. You can tug them from the back if you want, but we'll really cure it in the next row, as you'll see in just a sec. We're ready to thrum. All right, we're back with our row after we've thrummed. So we've got thrums all the way around. As you can see, put that all the way around the hat. And now I need to lock it in place because otherwise that roving does want to pull through. So you insert your needle into the back of the stitch. Make sure you get the roving and the yarn. So I've got black yarn hiding underneath that. I knit into the back of the stitch. And then I'm doing every 4th stitch. So I knit my next 3 stitches plain. I'll show you from the back side. Okay. There's my, you can see on this one the roving and the stitch. I'm going to knit into the back. Then just knit normally. And at this point, I tug it if I want to tighten it up a bit. And then I knit to my next stitch. Knit into the back. So there's the, you can see the roving, the black stitch, and knit into the back. And lock it in place. So as you can see, it's creating a stitch along that row. After I complete this all the way around the row, I'm going to knit 2 more rows, just plain black. Then I'm going to do another row with the thrumming, but this time I offset it. So when the last time I started, I did 3 stitches of black and then 1 thrum. 3 stitches of black, 1 thrum. I'm going to start with 1 stitch of black, 1 thrum, 3 stitches of black. So it offsets it. Kind of gives you that diagonal pattern. So I'm going to do that for a few inches, and then we'll wrap up the hat with decreases, and we'll be good to go. Play out in the snow. Happy thrumming! Hey, I hope everybody had fun on their snow day. Finished my hat. Here's the outside. Hold on for a sec.
That's it.
Yeah. I want to show you my card trick.
Here's the inside. Crazy thrumming. Happy knitting.
Okay.
See you soon. I'll have the rovings at the shop on Tuesday. And there we have it, a thrummed hat.